Let me show this in stream. Hide. Alrighty, looks like we are live. We're checking audio here, guys. Can you hear?
Oh, hold on. I got you muted.
Live. Turn it off. Okay, that's the only echo you have to deal with. All right. Hi, everybody. Okay, this is Miss Libby. I'm just going to, get this out here now because she's going to be popping in and out with us. Yeah, she's my little baby. She's very high maintenance, and she has to be with mommy at all times, okay? Hi. Well, hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on with me today. We're doing our live kickoff party for the Holiday Cricut Craftfest. Yay! I have to say up front, if I seem a little all over the place, which I'm going to try not to be, it's only because we just got done with Hurricane Ian here in Florida, and we've been busy cleaning up and helping our friends and family who had worse situations than us. We're fine. Our house is fine. We got power back yesterday, so that was good. But we have some friends and family who are we're longer without power, or they have flooding and things like that. So it's been a lot for the last 48 hours to keep up with, and then planning this live and then the whole event, making sure everything's good to go next week. So if I seem a little kind of frazzled at moments, that's why. Just some perspective there. All right. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Hi, y'all. My assistant, Susan, is in the comments, and so is my husband. They're checking and monitoring, and they'll be able to type and answer questions if I don't verbally answer you here. So I just want to go over a couple things really quickly before we start kind of the meat of the live today. So let me take a look at my outline real quick here. All right, so in case you don't know who I am, maybe you just came across this video at random or something like that, I am Abby Kirsten. I am the creator and owner at Abby Kirsten Collections. I am also the hostess of the Holiday Cricut Craftfest. That is happening October 3rd through the 7th, so starting next week. This is our second Cricut Craftfest. We had another one back in February, and due to the wonderful response we've gotten, we plan to do 2 of these per year going forward, one in February and one in October. So lots more amazing events like this coming your way. So I'm super excited about that. If you do not yet have your free ticket for the Holiday Cricut Craftfest, make sure you go to cricketcraftfest.com, and you will find all of the information you need there to get your free ticket. So just want to make sure anyone who's not aware of what we're talking about, that you know where to go to get that. Okie dokie. Let me check, see what we got going here. Lots of hellos. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Grace. Hi, Jane. Hi, Diana. Hi, everybody. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Mom. My mom joins me on these. You know how the thing is where you have a parent with you and somehow you feel like everything's going to go better because your parent's with you? That's kind of how it is. All right. So one other thing I also want to mention, let me get my other part of my screen here. Chat's rolling. We have the Holiday Cricut Craftfest is starting next week, October 3rd through the 7th. Okay. It is completely free for that week. We're going to have new workshops that open each day at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they will go until the next day at 9 a.m. They're completely free for that 24-hour period. Now, if you want to continue to view these videos after that free 24-hour period, then you do need to get the VIP access pass. Sorry, my desk is shaking on you guys there. You do need to get the Holiday Cricut Craftfest VIP access pass. And that early bird price expires Sunday night. So I'm going to show you here real quick the URL you can go to. And I know probably Susan is dropping it in the feed below, but it is cricketcraftfest.com/VIP access early bird. So if you want to get that, it's only $47 right now. It will increase next week, and then it will go up to $97 when the event ends. So you'll get access to all of the videos, transcripts, captions, templates, $500 worth of bonuses from our generous speakers. So if you want to get that, make sure you grab it now and you save your money. I don't like it when people have to spend more than they need to. So grab it now if you can. Okay. All right, so I think that's the housekeeping on that stuff. In addition to all the incredible workshops from our speakers that are happening right now, we also have 5 amazing sponsors. Let me actually, I think I can get there. No? Okay, sorry. I guess turning the camera off turns off the mic at the same time, even though it's showing me the mic is still working. So, okay, sorry. I guess turning Okay. All right. So we're good. I'm still trying to figure out why that's weird like that in this software. Anyways, so we have 5 incredible sponsors for the Holiday Cricut Craftfest. We have Create Room, who creates the Dream Box, which is what's behind me here. We have Creative Fabrica, which is an incredible network for SVGs and fonts and all of those design elements you might need for like working with your Cricut machine. So they're awesome. Let me put up here where you can learn more about all our sponsors. You can learn more about all our sponsors here at cricketcraftfest.com/sponsors. We also have 12 by 12 cardstock shop. They are an incredible cardstock resource. I actually only discovered them about maybe a month or 2 ago now, and I've used them for most of my projects since. Their paper cuts beautifully on a Cricut. So if you're looking for a wide variety of high quality cardstock, check out 12 by 12 cardstock shop. Is there something I need to know? My husband's over here monitoring comments and he's laughing in between, so I'm wondering. All right. And then we also have, let me just actually pull up the page and show you guys because they're just awesome. So bear with me here because you're gonna want to know because we have some amazing giveaways that I'm also going to talk to you about before we get into our design space tutorial today. So let me just share my screen here real quick. All right, you should be able to see my screen now. See my screen? Okay, should be able to see my screen now. So we have Create Room, and if you go to cricketcraftfest.com/official sponsors, I think that URL is wrong actually. Let me get this off of my screen. That's wrong. I'll fix that in just a minute, guys. Sorry about that. If you go to cricketcraftfest.com, at the top header, there is a sponsor button. So it's as easy as that. We'll just keep it that simple, right? So we have Create Room, we have 12 by 12 cardstock shop, we have Creative Fabrica. They're doing an amazing $1 all access deal. 12 by 12 cardstock is doing a save 15% coupon code. Create Room is doing $200 off a Dream Box. So make sure you check that out if you want one. You might as well save your money while you can. All these details can be found on this page, guys. We're going to link it in the comments. So if you need more details, we have Paper Planner Club. This is by Mim Jenkins, and she is an incredible sticker creator. She creates them, and then she teaches others how to create them. So if you want to learn more about creating your own stickers and enjoying that, then make sure you check that out as well. Paper Planner Club, and she has some coupon codes here to purchase some of her planner stickers as well. And then we have Stamp Me Some Love. Brandy at Stamp Me Some Love, I've participated in her summit events, and she's participating as a speaker in mine, and she's also a sponsor. So she has an amazing website for card making, and she's also hosting a free masterclass to help you learn how to be a successful craft content creator. If you're someone who wants to turn a handmade creative passion into a business, Brandy is your girl. She'll help you out with that. All right. So I just wanted to give all of our sponsors a shout out there before we dive into anything. If you are wanting, let me get this off my screen. If you are wanting to enter for our giveaways that are happening right now, I know this link is right for sure, cricketcraftfest.com/giveaways. We have a bunch happening right now, including a Dream Box that just went up to enter this morning at 10 o'clock. So make sure you go to cricketcraftfest.com/giveaways and you can enter for a Dream Box. There's also a Cricut Maker giveaway happening today from Creative Fabrica. I believe the Paper Planner Club is also doing their giveaway today. And then there's giveaways thereafter from all of our sponsors and speakers for the rest of the event. So make sure you check that out. I was amazed at how many people wanted to do a giveaway this time around. So I'm really honored that you guys wanted to work with me and share your stuff with the world. Okay, I'm gonna take a breath and see if there's any comments and questions I need to take at this point in time. Do you have any, babe?
Everyone's just saying hello and where they're from.
Okay, all right, great.
People saying they access pass is totally worth it.
Oh, yes. I'm good. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. We always try to make the events as value-packed as possible. We give away a lot for free in our communities. All of our speakers give lots of stuff away for free. And of course, we have to, make money as businesses too, but we try and make it accessible to where, if you can't afford the VIP pass, then enjoy the week of the event for free. And if you can, then get it at its early bird price and enjoy it for as long as you want, because the VIP pass, yeah, it's worth it. It's got all of the videos, all 37 workshops, and then it's got like over $500 worth of bonuses, guys. It's like coupon code central, freebie SVG central, like everything you want for like downloads for holiday, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas SVGs. There is so much packed in there. So it's definitely a great investment. Okie dokie. So let me make sure I didn't forget anything major on my checklist before we go into
somebody
that.
has a question. Yeah. If your screen name is different on Facebook and Instagram, will you still qualify?
Yes, you will. Yes. So just make sure you enter on one or the other. So for like, we're doing all of the giveaways except for our sponsors. All of the giveaways are hosted just within the Facebook group for our speakers. For our sponsors who paid to be a part of the event, we are also posting on Instagram just for those 5 sponsors. So you can enter, in the case of the sponsors, you can enter on Instagram or in the Facebook group. It doesn't matter which one you go with, you'll still be counted in the final, drawing for all of that. So you don't have to enter on both. For all of the speaker giveaways, they're happening in our attendee Facebook group. They'll be posted in there and we'll draw from there. So no worries about that. We'll contact you or we'll tag you and then you can contact us with your info for that. Okay, so I think I got everything on my housekeeping list there. What we're going to cover for the rest of this live is I just want to cover the most important things you need to know to get the most, to get the most out of next week in the event. So if you have the VIP pass, you can sign in and you can access that material, whatever. We still encourage you to participate live because it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of, creative energy happening next week during the event. But for those who are not able to do the VIP pass and you're scheduling out your week next week and making sure you miss all or get all of your most important workshops that you don't want to miss, I just want to make sure you know where to go and we're super clear on that, okay? And then that way you can also point people to this video in case someone has questions and you see them in the group and be like, oh, Abby answered this here, and we'll have smooth sailing, okay? So I'm going to share my screen again here. Just a second. Oh, and just so we know, my kids are downstairs playing games right now, and I told them they could have TV time while mommy did their live. They don't seem to understand what turn down means. So if you hear some music in the background, husband's taking care of that right now. All right. So what I wanted to say was, if you are not yet in our attendee Facebook group, you may want to join. It's facebook.com/groups/Cricut Craftfest attendees. If you're not on Facebook, it's okay. It doesn't mean you still can't watch the events or anything like that. They're on CricutCraftfest.com, so you don't have to worry about being on Facebook to access the event, okay? It's just a community support place. Our speakers are in there to help you answer specific questions. I'm in there a lot. My assistant's in there a lot. So it's just a good place to be. We encourage people that if you don't have a Facebook, just create one for like next week and then just delete it when the event's over if you want. That way you can still engage in stuff and you don't have to stay on that platform if you don't wish to do so. So that's the URL for that there. All righty. So what we're going to do is today I'm going to walk you through how you would download an SVG file or any file from our speakers. Next week on our speaker pages, you're going to see a link under each video that's going to say download this file here for that particular workshop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how you download that, how you save it to your computer, how you bring it into Cricut Design Space, because that's the most important step we need to know to make sure that you guys can be successful in making these crafts. If you don't know how to get the file from the speaker page into Design Space, then you won't be able to do the craft. So that's the most important thing. Do you have any other questions? Everything okay? All right. So husband says no more major questions right now, so I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to share my screen again here, and I'm going to start walking you through exactly what to do to get the files into Design Space from a speaker page. There's one other thing I was going to try to say. Oh, we will have a Q&A at the end of this. So if you have like a specific question along the way that you think of or something in relation to the event, I will answer some questions at the end of that. We did get questions in our inbox from, before this live leading up to it with specific Design Space questions. I'm going to cover some of them through this process as far as like importing files, scaling things, rotating them, that kind of stuff in Design Space to make sure you have the basics down. If the question was extremely specific, like how do I, make this particular material cut a certain way, I won't be able to answer that here, but we do respond to all of our emails. So we will offer you assistance via email. And feel free to go to that Facebook group and post your questions in there, because we have like, I think we're almost up to 12,000 people in that group, or 11, 1,000 and change. I don't know. The Facebook group grew a lot. So all of our speakers are in there. They're all experts in this. And then there's a bunch of other Cricut crafters in there. So post your questions in there and you'll get help and responses that can help you on whatever you're struggling with too. Okay. All right. So let's go back to sharing my screen. Switch my tab here. All right. Good to go, babe. Any major questions?
Somebody's asking how many times can you enter a drawing? How
many times can you enter a drawing? That's a good question. So each giveaway you can enter once, but you can enter for all of the giveaways. So there's like 30 giveaways happening throughout the entirety of this event. So if you want to enter for each of those giveaways, then you can. And we just randomly draw. So there is no like limit. Like if you happen to be randomly drawn for one giveaway, you could still be randomly drawn for another one. So there's no limit to the fact that you can enter in all of them, but it'll be one entry per giveaway for each person there. Okay, we good? Or is there more? Okay. All right. So you should see my screen here now.
Someone actually just said from outside the US.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, outside the US. Okay. So if you go to, let me pull up on my screen here again. Try to be prepared. Okay. If you go to cricketcraftfest.com/giveaways, all of the giveaways are outlined there. We have exactly what's included, the day they go live, who can receive them. There are several that are international because there's a lot of digital products, so we can send them to anybody in the world. And there's physical prizes as well that are open to the US, Canada, and the UK. So all that information, cricketcraftfest.com/giveaways, that's going to be available to you right there. I can just actually show you guys real quick if you want. Keep it nice and simple. We're already sharing our screen here. So here you go. This is what that page looks like. And when the giveaway goes live, which the Dreambox one is live right now, y'all, make sure you go and you sign up to enter for that Dreambox giveaway. Later today, we're going to have a Cricut Maker 3 giveaway, and we're also going to have a lifetime access to the sticker planner e-course by Mim Jenkins as well. So there's some incredible giveaways, from our sponsors. And they're all here. So if you scroll down, all the information right there for you. It gives the time, it gives who can enter, and all of that good stuff. So make sure you check that out, and it will answer all your questions. And then if you have further questions, feel free to post them in the Facebook group or comment on a post and ask your questions or whatever. But all of that info is going to be in there for you. So you see here with our Dreambox, everyone in the US, Canada, and the UK can enter for the Dreambox giveaway. Okay. So we try to still have plenty for international folks as well. All righty. So I am going to go ahead. We have FedEx people outside our house, so you might hear knocking at our front door. And since we just got done with the hurricane, there's a lot of lawn equipment running in the background too. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a lot of people cleaning up their yards today. Alrighty, so I'm going to go over to a speaker page here. So this is where I'm just going to essentially walk you through again what this is going to look like next week, how to get the file into Cricut Design Space. So you can successfully make these crafts, all right? So this is a sample page here. None of the other pages are live. You won't be able to access them until next week, but I just wanted to show you a sample page. This is one of my workshops that I'm doing where we're gonna be making Christmas candy holders. They're super fun. I'm like obsessed with making candy holders. So this is what the page is gonna look like. You'll see a title at the top. You'll be on cricketcraftfest.com. Again, you do not have to be on YouTube or on Facebook to access these. These are on our actual website, and you will get links each morning in an email from me. So just look for an email that says Cricut Craftfest Day 1, and it'll say my name next to it, Abby Kirsten, and that's what you need to open, and it'll give you links to each one of the speaker pages for the workshop that day, okay? So just make sure that you check your inbox for that. You can also come to cricketcraftfest.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom. Scroll to the top, and you'll see schedule, and you'll be able to go through the schedule there. So if you haven't picked out what workshops you want to do yet, I would recommend doing that now so that you kind of are prepared to get the most out of it. So make sure you visit the schedule page as well. Let me go back here. All right, diving in. So below the video here, you're going to see supplies for the workshop. They are all just going to be written supply lists here. But if you want online resources, we have a master supply list page. And all you need to do is click on that, and you will find all of the supply lists here that are hyperlinked that our speakers provided for us. So that is helpful if you need to order things offline. Otherwise, just, take a look at what you need here. We also have printable supply lists you can find in the emails leading up to the event and in our Facebook group as well, if you are someone who wants to print things out. I know Miss Liberty she's a snorer, and she snorts like all of the time. So if you hear snoring and snorting, it's just the dog. Okay, so down here below the supply list, we have 2 buttons. We have click here to download the templates. That's for this workshop. We also have find Abby's special offer here that will say, different people's names based on whose page you're on. So like one of our speakers, Courtney, find Courtney's offer here, find Jennifer's offer here. All of the other speakers will each have their own special offer. If you stay to the end of their workshop, the last 3 minutes, a lot of our speakers are giving you either things for free or discounts on stuff. So make sure you check that out and you scroll all the way down and you check out their offers. You can also get to know our speakers better. They have a picture of their lovely faces and then a little bio about them and their main website. So if you want to connect with these speakers more, usually you'll find speakers that just click for you more than others. So follow them, follow their websites, follow them on social media so that you can continue to enjoy them after the craft fest is over. Trust me when I say these speakers are very generous people. They give things away all of the time and they give discounts away. So make sure you follow them and show them some love. They put a lot of hard work into this event. All right, so click here to download templates. This is the part where we're going to work on in Design Space. Before I go any further, do we have questions? My husband's checking for me. I'm not staring at a ghost over here.
So there's people that are asking where to join the craft fest.
Yep, cricketcraftfest.com. So you'll just go to
And then
cricketcraftfest.com right there, and you can get all the information you need for the event.
People are asking where to join the Facebook group. I'll drop the links in both.
Yeah, we'll drop the links again in there. The Facebook group is just, I'll just have them drop a link and I'll pull the banner up at the end again. They'll be dropping the links in there. See, I told you she was a snorer. Hey, can you stop snoring? Because now we need to teach, okay? You can help me teach? All right. Okie dokie. So click here to download templates. Every page is going to have this button, okay? And it will be linked with the specific templates for this workshop here. So when we click on that, it's going to open up in a new tab in Google Drive. Now, don't freak out. I know some people have a love-hate relationship with Google Drive, me included, but trust me, I'm going to walk you through it. It's all good, okay? We even have a video if you're strictly working on mobile and you do not have access to a laptop or desktop computer. There is a video that we can link you to. Susan, just so you know, if you're listening, my husband had to step out to pick up one of our dogs at the spa. So any links I call out, if you could be grabbing them, I would really appreciate that because he's got to step out for just a minute. So thank you so much. Shout out to my awesome Susan. Love her so much. Okay. So here we are in Google Drive. Here is where our template is. What you need to do is you need to download this to your computer, okay? And with my workshop here, there is only one template. But keep in mind, other Cricut crafters, they may have, our other speakers, they may have multiple templates for one workshop. So you may see multiple options here to download. If there is multiple options, let me just show you one because I think it's going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to show Alice's here because I think she's got. So here's an example of one that has multiple SVG files for the workshop. So you would download each one of these, or if you're comfortable working with zip files, there is a zip file provided for you, which you can download by right-clicking as well and clicking download. If you're not comfortable with zip files, you're working on a mobile device, just avoid that and just download the individual files here, and you won't have to worry about working with zip files, okay? I'm going to keep, my husband had to step out for a minute. I'm going to keep going and I will stop to check the comments in like a couple of minutes to make sure I'm covering questions. Okay. Our other dog, Macy, she's at the spa. She was like really dirty. And if you don't pick them up on time, they like blow your phone up and like all that stuff. So he's going to go grab our dog real quick and he'll be right back. All right. So let me go back to my page here real quick. I'm going to reopen that link I was using. Actually, let me just pause. I'm going to check. Open the chat. Wow, so many people, so exciting. Let me hide this so you're not looking at this weird screen. Check in the chat real quick. Okay, so Yes, Susan is the best. Isn't she great? Grace, she is amazing. All right. So some people saying, I don't know how to save to Google Drive or to Google OneDrive instead of the iCloud. I'll walk you through the process here on a computer. And we have another video on our FAQ page that walks you through mobile devices. So that might be what you're working with. If you're saying iCloud and stuff like that, you might be working with a mobile device. Let's see. We have Joanne saying, I have not receiving any of the emails containing information on how to access anything. I've purchased the VIP pass. She talks way too fast. So I'm sorry. Well, it happens. If you have questions for the VIP pass, you can contact us and we will help you. Okay. What, baby girl? Sweetheart, Mama's on the live. What do you need?
I want to say hi.
Okay, well, come say hi. I got to help these people go. They're not here to talk to you. They're here to get help. Okay. This is our circus in here. Alrighty. Can you take Miss Liberty downstairs with you, please? Watch her for me. Thank you. All right. Okie dokie, guys. All right. So where's the ticket? Ella, you got to be quiet, girl. Where's the ticket pass located? Ella, are you okay?
Yeah.
This is what happens when my husband leaves. All right. Are you okay?
Yeah, I got it on my hands.
Okay, that's fine. Just walk careful, please. I know, but that's why I'm telling you, walk careful. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Struggle's real here. Okay, let me get back into it. I'm gonna just go forward from here. I'm gonna come back to the comments in a minute because there's a lot of topics jumping all over the place here, and I don't want to confuse everyone else who's just trying to learn what they need to learn right now. Okay, so we'll come back to them. I will try not to talk so fast. Let's go back to where we were. Okay, here we are in our Google Drive folder, which you will get a link to underneath each of the workshop videos on the speaker pages each day. This is an example of that. All you need to do to download this is to right click with your mouse on your computer, and you'll see a download button right here. Okay. So again, right click and download. And if I'm talking too fast for everyone still, there will be a replay. So you can go back, you can pause, you can watch this again. I'm trying to balance the sensitivity of time and being respectful of that and all of that. All right, so I'm going to click download here, and we're going to just place this to a spot on our computer. I'm just going to choose my desktop here. Choose wherever you would like to save the file. If you want to save it in your downloads, if you want to save it to Dropbox or some other thing you have installed on your computer, that's up to you. I recommend just creating like a folder for all of the workshop templates for next week. That way you can just keep them all in one spot and you're not wondering, did one go to a downloads folder? Did one go somewhere else? Just make a folder. It says Holiday Cricut Craftfest 2022 and download all of your templates there. Okay, so I'm going to download this file here. I'm just going to click save. And it's going to drop in my downloads bar here. That usually happens when you're on a desktop. Don't even bother opening this because it's just going to open it in a new tab, and that's not going to help us. It's opening it here in Chrome. We need it to be opened in Cricut Design Space, okay? I'm going to make sure everyone's doing okay in my chat here. Just want to make sure. Oh, we don't see the screen. There we go. Let me go over that again. Thank you. Thank you. 3 of you who said that. All right, here we go. I was distracted with my daughter tripping over there. All right, starting over. Let me start from the top, okay? All right. All right, you can see my screen now. Yes, I believe we can see my screen now. It says it's showing in stream. I lost my husband, so I lost my wingman over there. All right, so you can see the screen now. Everyone's saying yes. Yes, yes. Okay, good, good. All right, so from the top, we're going to click on the button. We're in Drive. We're going to right-click on the SVG file, and we're going to click on Download, okay? So download, right-click, and download. All right, so here we are. Again, I'm putting this on my desktop. If you want to save it somewhere else, you save it somewhere else on your computer, your downloads folder, another folder, whatever that spot is you want to save it to. Maybe create a folder just for the Holiday Cricut Craftfest with all the templates, okay? So just download that to your computer, give it a name, and click Save. Making sure you guys can still see me here. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, so it's dropped down here into the downloads bar, okay? So it's available in the downloads bar, but if we click it from the downloads bar here in Chrome, it's just gonna open it up in another tab here. So there's no purpose to opening this in Chrome. It will not allow us to do anything to get it into Design Space. We actually need to go to where we saved it on our computer. So I'm gonna go into Cricut Design Space now. Okay, so we've opened up Design Space. In case you don't know how to get here, once you've created an account with Design Space, I got lots of lawn equipment starting outside. Sorry if you hear background noise. Once you're in Design Space here, you're going to see a home screen like this, and then you'll just click on New Project at the top to get the canvas to open up. Yeah, we've got lots of mowers starting. Oh well, it's Florida post-hurricane. All right, so once we're in here, we're going to need to visit the Upload button. This is called the Design panel on the left-hand side of your screen, okay? You're going to need to visit the Upload button. When you click on Upload, you're going to get another screen. Oops. You're going to get another screen that looks like this, okay? And it's going to show an Upload button over here towards the top left a little bit. That's what you're going to want to click on. When you click on that, it's going to present you with yet another screen telling you to drag and drop your files here or to browse your computer. I always browse my computer because generally that just works better. Sometimes there's issues with dragging and dropping. So I'm going to browse and I'm going to navigate to my desktop where that file is. Oh my gosh, so much lawn equipment going outside. You would think our window's open right now. It's not. Okay, so I'm going to navigate where I saved it. I saved mine just here on my desktop computer here. Navigate to wherever you save yours and click on the file and click Open. Okay, then click the Upload button at the bottom corner. This is just your preview, so go ahead and click the Upload at the bottom corner there. And now under recent uploads, we can click on the file and we can add it to our canvas. Okay, there is our file. Let me go back and check if we have questions at this point. I am like doing the work of two people right now, so bear with me, guys. Can't hear long. I'm glad you can't hear it. It's really loud for me. All right. Okay, it looks like we're doing all right so far. I'm going to keep going. Go back. Make sure my screen is on. Okay, let me go back to Design Space. All right, so here is an example of one of our templates. This is one of my workshops. This is a Santa Claus candy holder, super cute. We have some additional ones as well. If you purchase the VIP access pass, there's a reindeer and a penguin and a snowman as well, super cute. So the few things I just want to cover here is the basics of getting something set up here on the screen, and then just how to get your way to the cut screen where you would actually start loading the material on your mat. I just want to show you sort of the mechanics of that in Design Space for our beginners, okay? So one thing that Design Space did a few months back is they changed the way you scale, rotate, and unlock things in Design Space. And I made some separate videos on this, but if it's still confusing or maybe you haven't worked in Design Space since this update, you're probably going to feel a little lost. So I want to cover those things first. We also got some questions on the scaling and how to know what size things are. So taking a look at my guy here, anytime we click on an image on our screen, it's going to give us the size automatically. Along the top, it gives us the dimensions, and along the side here, it also gives us the dimensions. So this is like 8.8 by 7.3, okay? Sorry, guys, I'm paranoid. I'm just making sure that you guys aren't having any issues since I don't have my husband over there telling me, so I'm pausing to make sure. Okay, so to rotate or to scale, let's start with to scale. To scale, you would come with any one of these four corners here. And if you hover, you'll see a little arrow appear. And when you click on that, you can hold and drag smaller or lower. Okay, that works that way with any object or image in Design Space here. So just click and drag to scale larger or smaller. I'm going to undo that, get its right size again. And then what about rotation? So if we need to rotate something, you're just going to come to any one of these corners again, but instead of hovering directly on top of the little square, just hover outside of it here, and you'll see the rotation handle appear. So it's a double arrow still, but now it's like a rotation handle. So this is scaling. This is your rotation. Then you would just click and hold and drag up or down to rotate. And I know this update Design Space did was frustrating for some people because it was a major transition from how things used to be done. Some would argue potentially unnecessary, but the reason, just to give you context, the reason that Design Space did do this is because this is how other programs generally work. So for people who use Illustrator and Inkscape and other programs like this is more in line with the traditional way that you would scale and rotate things in other graphic softwares. So Design Space is trying to create the consistency with their program as there is with other programs. So from that perspective, it gives a little bit of understanding as to why they may have made that transition. Okay, so we know how to scale, we know how to rotate now. Scaling up or down, and rotating, hover out here, up or down to rotate something. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick before I go to the next one, check my comments because, oh good, I'm glad it's helping. I'm seeing you guys saying that it's helping you, so that's good. I'm glad this is helping someone. All right, let me go back to what we're working on. Looks like you guys can hear and see me fine. Okay. So what about unlocking? This is not something I use a lot, but for those of you who've used Design Space before this update where they changed the bounding box, that's what this is called, by the way. This box that goes around something here, when it's selected, it's called a bounding box. So for those of you who know what it used to look like, there used to be an unlock icon at the bottom corner here. And when you clicked on the unlock icon, you could stretch the image. You could stretch it taller or wider. So if you needed to change the proportions, that was easily done that way. Now it's different. And since he doesn't need change in proportions, I'm just going to leave him the way he is. And I'm going to use an example with the shapes panel over here because it's going to be more practical than using this as an example. So I'm going to click on the shapes panel. We're going to use just one of the free shapes. So you don't have to have access for this or anything like that. Just use one of the free shapes. I'm going to take the square. Okay. And we need to change this to a rectangle. That happens a lot in here. If I'm making like cards or something like that, I need to be able to change the square to a rectangle. But if we scale, it just stays a square. If we go up to the top edit bar here, right along the top, you're going to see where it says size right underneath the, in my case, untitled here. It says size, and it's going to give you the width and the height dimensions right there. But then you're going to see this tiny little lock icon right in the center. And this was actually always available to be clicked, but most people never knew it because they always had that lock icon around the bounding box before this update. So all you have to do now to unlock things is just to click on it, and then you'll see it change to an unlock icon there. And now you'll be able to come back to these corners and stretch. So tall, wide, however you need to do it. Or if you need to type in a specific dimension, let's say maybe I'm making a I don't know, maybe a 5x7 card or something like that. We would do 10 inches by 7 inches. That's probably not right. Well, yeah. So we could fold that in half and it would be 5x7 when it's folded in half. So if I was making a card and I needed a rectangle for that, I could type in the exact dimensions so that when I fold this card in half, it's a 5x7 card. Once you're done doing the unlocking the proportions, make sure you relock that icon so you don't accidentally mess up your proportions and your scaling there, okay? So let me check the comments here real quick. Great, guys. Thank you. I'm glad this is helping a lot of you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Patty. Yes, thank you guys so much. I'm glad it's helping you. That's my goal here, is just to help. I may not be perfect or always get it right, but I'm certainly doing my best to try and help y'all. So let's keep going then, since everything seems to be going well and it's helping people. That is my goal here. Let me re-show my screen. Won't make that mistake twice. All right, so that was an example of using the lock and the unlock here, okay? I want to just mention real quick that we walked through, I'm kind of debating, like, we walked through how to upload an SVG file to Design Space, but I'm thinking it might be helpful to walk through how to upload a print and cut example because the upload process is just slightly different. So just to make sure I'm covering my bases here, I'm going to do that as an example real quick because I think it might help some people because I know print and cut versus SVG can be confusing and we get questions about that all of the time. So let me just walk you through that example using one of our speakers' templates real quick. I did not do a print and cut project, but I do know, let me see here. I do know that Miss Michelle here, she did a print and cut project. So we're going to show you what that upload process looks like real quick. Okay, so Michelle made these super cute gift tags. So make sure you look out for her project. I think it's on, I don't know, check the schedule page. I'm not sure what date. I don't want to say the wrong day. But super cute print and cut Christmas tag project. Here we are in the Google Drive folder. Again, right-clicking, downloading. That process is the same. I'm just going to go ahead and click save. I know you guys probably hear that. There's like a blower right outside my window there. Yeah, make them so loud. We have phones that can do incredible things, but we can't make quiet lawn equipment. Freaking blows my mind. I don't know why. All right, so let me go back. Okay. All right, good. Okay, we're doing good. All right, so let's go into Design Space. I'm going to do the same thing I just did with this Santa Claus here, except we're going to use a print and cut file. What is a print and cut file? A print and cut file is a PNG or a JPEG format. Now, if I just spoke a Greek language to you, it's okay. Just look at the extension. The file will say PNG format or it will say SVG. It'll tell you when it's saved on your computer. I'll show you what that looks like right now, actually. So we're going to hit upload. We're going to hit browse. Let me go. Here we go. So see here how with my Santa, it says SVG extension at the end. And with this one, it says PNG extension at the end. That's what you're going to want to look for in the difference. It's a print and cut if it says PNG or JPEG. It's a layered SVG file if it says SVG at the end. Okay, so those are the two format differences you're going to see throughout the Craftfest. I'm going to select these Christmas tags here, which are PNG. We're going to hit open. And this is where the upload process changes just a little. So I thought I would go just throw this in here because I get the print and cut question a lot. So this is where the process changes just a little bit. It's going to ask you, do you want this image to be simple, moderately complex, or complex? And you always want to select complex. I can think of like one time in my 10 years of using Design Space that I selected simple, and it was just because I wanted the silhouette of something. But if you select simple, it's going to strip away colors and details. See how all those pretty colors got stripped away there? Whereas if I click on complex and you look at the image, all those colors come back. Okay, so that's the important part there, is just to always select complex on this screen. Once you've done that, down at the bottom corner, there's a continue button. So let's go ahead and click continue. Now this screen has lots of fancy footwork that you can do, but because all of our speakers are Cricut pros, they have set all of their files up for you to where you don't have to do anything here unless they're teaching something specific to you about this. There may be some where they're like specifically showing how to work with a certain tool. Them aside, all the other files here are going to be ready to go. So you don't have to worry about erasing a background or anything like that. Just hit apply and continue and move on to the next screen. It's going to ask you one more time, do you want this to be a cut image, meaning it's literally just going to cut circles out and no internal patterns are going to be there? Or do you want it to be a print and cut? And of course, in this case, we want to select print and cut to make sure that we're capturing all those beautiful details in our print and cut project. So I'm going to click on that and hit upload. I'll check the comments in just a second, guys, if you have questions. Once we're here, same process from here on out. So you just click on the file under recent uploads and then click add to canvas. There we go. All right, I'm gonna zoom out here. A lot of times print and cut projects will come in very large, and that's just the way the software is receiving the image. But all of our speakers I know do a great job, and they will probably tell you exactly what to scale these to. So you'll scale them down to proper size, and they will provide that info in their workshops. That's the process. That's the contrast of bringing in a print and cut style project file. Okay. Let me go and check my comments here and make sure I'm answering. Multitasking at its best. So helpful. Okay, good. Yay. All right. I see one person saying they lost their live feed. Looks like everyone else is okay though. So I'm thinking that might just need to refresh your screen and you should be good to go. Okay. So if you guys have questions, go like general questions, you can start typing them in now if you want. because we will move on to a Q&A in just a few minutes here, but I want to continue on just a few more points in Design Space to make sure that we're covered. Does anybody have any questions about the difference in the upload process with print and cut that we just showed you versus the SVG? If you do have a specific question with that, just ask me now and I will take a look. I see one question here from Robin. She's asking, can I use the expression 2? If you mean expression, no, because that doesn't work with Design Space. If you mean explore 2, which they're often confused, it's okay if you get confused. If you mean explore 2, yes, you can use the explore 2. So explore 1, explore 2, Maker 3, Explore 3, Cricut Joy, all of those machines work with Cricut Design Space and can work during this event. Okay, there might be specific limitations, which we will outline for you with each workshop. But in general, you will have access to many projects that work with those machines. Okay. See, Ronnie's saying print and cut is not for the Joy. Yes, unfortunately, the Cricut Joy does not print and cut because of its small, compact size. The reason is the full-size machines have a sensor built in that reads and scans for print and cuts, and the Joy, with its compact size, does not have space for that sensor. So that's why the Cricut Joy is not recommended to use with any print and cut projects. I'm glad it's helpful, guys. You're doing it. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the positive feedback. All right. Okay, so I'm going to keep moving forward now, and I'll come back to my comments in just a minute. Let me make sure I show my screen. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get this off here. Also, just a couple extra little tips in case you're a beginner. Over here, this is called your layers panel, okay? And you can hide things in your layers panel if you're like, I don't want to delete it from the project, but I don't want it to cut out when I go to the cut screen. For example, if I wanted to hide this rectangle, just click the eyeball tool when it's selected and it goes away. It's still saved within the project, but it's not going to cut out on the cut screen, okay? And same would be for, I'm going to ungroup this. If you need to ungroup files, you can, let me undo that and actually explain my process here. So I'm actually being helpful. If we're looking at a layered SVG and you want to move these layers around individually or select them individually, click the ungroup button at the top of the layers panel, okay? So just click on that and then you'll be able to select these individually here. This is if it's a layered SVG file. If you're using a print and cut, you're not going to be able to ungroup. There's nothing to ungroup there, okay? But if you're using a layered SVG, you can click that ungroup button. So for example, let's say, I don't know, let's say we don't want Santa's suit to be red. Maybe we're cool and retro or something. We want it to be blue. I don't know. Let's just say we want to do it. Or you want to change skin color tones or whatever that is that fits you specifically. You can do all of that with the layered SVG file. Okay. So all you need to do is just click on that layer and then you can either select one of these material selection colors or just click on advanced. Like for me, if Santa was going to have a blue suit, I think I'd make it kind of like an aqua teal, not teal, but that's more like an aqua turquoise color. Like that's what I would do for my Santa. Yeah. So that's how you could change colors. Now that's not going to affect anything when you go to the cut screen. This is just represented colors. So if I know I'm going to make my Santa with a blue suit and I have blue paper that I'm going to load onto the mat when I cut this out, this can just help me visually see what that is going to look like. It's not going to actually do anything color-wise when you go to the cut screen. The only time the exact colors on your screen matter is if it's a print and cut project, because we are literally going to print out this design in ink from a printer, and then Cricut will cut it out. Whereas with a layered SVG file, you're loading a piece of blue paper, you're loading a piece of white paper, you're loading a piece of black paper, and then you're layering those materials together to create the final colored result. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let me check my comments, see if it makes sense. Thank you, so good. Not sure if we'll use iPad here. So some people, Roberta's saying, not sure if you'll use an iPad or a computer. If you have access to a computer, try to use the computer because you will have maximum capabilities on a computer with Design Space versus mobile devices, okay? So if that is you and you have access to that, then go that route if you can. It doesn't mean you can't still do the workshops or anything if you have only mobile device. It just means if you can choose, opt for a computer, okay? All right, you guys are doing awesome. So I'm going to come back to more questions in just a minute. Go back here to design space once I show my screen again. All righty. Okay. So let me show you what this is going to look like. I'm going to hide this circle here because we don't need it. Let me show you what this is going to look like when we go to the cut screen now. Before you go to the cut screen, you always want to save your projects. So especially when you're working in Design Space during this event, all of our speakers they're going to show you like setup instructions. So I highly recommend following along with that, and then make sure you save your project so you don't have to do any of the setup or try and remember it for later or anything like that. So to save a project, all you have to do is hit the save button up here at the top. This is called the header up here. So top header towards your right is a save button. And then we're just going to give this a name. I guess we'll just call this Kickoff. Since we're using multiple projects there. If you're someone who has collections or wishes to create a collection, let's say you want to organize all your paper craft project files into a folder, then you could do that here. I generally don't do that. I don't know why. I get lazy and I don't do it, especially since Design Space made it to where you can search your projects now. I just use keyword plugins for everything. But if you want to do that, go for it. Otherwise, just make sure you hit the save button, and it'll show the name that you gave it up here in the center, and you'll know the name of the project you're in, okay? So also right here at the top, we have machine selection. So I have my Maker 3 selected, but if you have like the Explore 1 or the Explore 3 or the Cricut Maker or any of that stuff, my kids are dumping Legos out everywhere. Ella, quiet down, please.
No, Liberty's the one who pulled Minnie Mouse from the wedding thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get to it in just a minute, sweetie, okay?
I got it.
Okay, thank you. Oh, drama. Okay, so up here we have your machine selection. My dog just got back from the spa, so things are going to get loud for a second. Hang on, guys. 1 second. All right. Okay, I think we're good now. All right, so up here, machine selection. Here we go. It's very distracting here. Machine selection, Maker 3. So if I am not using a Maker 3, let's say you own the Explorer, you own the Joy, you own the original Maker instead, just select your machine type here. If you own a different type of machine, then go ahead and just, select whatever that is. Maybe you have 2 different ones that you work with and you toggle back and forth. Just make sure that, sorry, y'all, this is getting chaotic here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to mute myself. All right, so there we go. I had to tell my husband to put the dog away because she's going nuts. We keep it real around here, you guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to re-say that because I realized that was like very not well said because of the craziness in my house right now. Remember, we're recovering from a hurricane, so give us some grace. Okay, so header, this is your machine selection. Select whatever machine you have. I'm going to use the Maker 3 in this example, so that's the machine I'm going to select. Here we have the Make It button right next to it, okay? So I'm going to click on the Make It button, and it's going to send these images to be sorted by Cricut in Design Space to the cut screen here. Depending on your machine, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen here. I am, okay, I'm sorry. I'm having a moment. Okay, depending on your particular model of Cricut, you may or may not see this pop-up. So if you have an Explore 3 or you have a Maker 3, this pop-up will probably present itself. If you have an older model of machine, you will likely not see this pop-up. So don't worry if you don't see it. You'll probably just see the screen that comes after this when you confirm if you're cutting it on a mat, or if you're cutting smart materials like without a mat, or if you're cutting on a card mat, okay? So I'm going to select mat because that's what we're cutting on. It's just a basic mat. And like I said, if you don't see that pop up, it's probably just going to look like this. It'll just go straight to the screen. You're still going to end up in the same place that I am. Okay. So don't get thrown off by that. If you need to change material sizes, like over here, and you want to set it to 8.5 by 11, because I know a lot of cardstock and stuff comes in that size, you can change that here. Or you can just leave it to the 12 by 12 default. If you're shopping with like the 12 by 12 cardstock shop, they have all 12 by 12 paper. So you can get like maximum paper usage. So I like to leave it at 12 by 12 because that's what I tend to use. This has sorted everything by color. So I will have to load a white sheet of cardstock. This one I would load, I guess you could call it like a cream sheet of cardstock, or we could have changed that to white if we wanted to. Or here you're going to load black sheet of cardstock, pink, and then tan, and then blue. Okay. So that would literally be the different sheets of paper you would load onto one mat at a time, load it into your Cricut, and then cut it out. She can't be barking. This one is an example of what a print and cut looks like. Okay. So remember I showed you the Santa Claus, which is the layered SVG. This is a print and cut. It's going to show up like this with this black box around it. This is called a registration box. And the purpose of this is for Cricut to be able to read where the design is on your printed paper, your printed result, and actually cut with accuracy, okay? So you will always see this black box around it. You can't get rid of it if you want your machine to do the cutting, okay? So just know that. I know beginners get thrown off by that. When I first tried print and cut when I was like a baby Cricut user years ago, I literally printed things off of my printer and loaded them on my mat and didn't print them through Cricut Design Space like this and didn't have the box. And then the machine would just forever scan and it would never actually get to cut. And I didn't understand why for the longest time until I took the time to understand the concept of print and cut. So this is, you would send this to your actual, let me see, I got my Cricut right here. I'll make sure it's powered on real quick, because I want to show you what that'll look like. Okay. So if you're doing print and cut, you would send this to your printer. Okay. So I have my printer set up here, and you would click print. If you want to use system dialog, you can toggle that on. And what system dialog will do is it'll let you select like quality of print specifically to your printer. It's not going to be, I'm not going to show you because it's not universal to everybody. Everybody's printer is different. But if you need to set like type of paper or set type of quality of print, make sure that system dialog is toggled on there. Okay. And then you would click print and it would proceed to print this out, black registration box and all. And then once that has been printed, we would load it onto our mat and then select, say, cardstock. Let's say we're printing it on cardstock or sticker paper, and we would select that material and load it into our Cricut to print it. So that's a little bit of a contrast on print and cut process versus layered SVG. It's a very high level. Like I said, you guys, this is going to be all of our speakers. They are very good at showing you the setup process. Okay, so they are going to help you through all of that in extreme detail. I'm going to take a look at the comments here and see. Okay. Thank you guys for those of you being gracious and understanding. I'm glad it's helpful to you all. What is bleed? Patty is asking me, what is bleed? That's a great question. I should explain that. Again, our speakers are very knowledgeable in this, so they'll probably answer all this in their workshops. But since we're here and you're asking, I'll help you out with that. So bleed is usually toggled on. And what bleed does is it extends the printer ink slightly beyond the border of the image to eliminate the white margin. So for example, it's going to be edge to edge color when you print these out, instead of there being a tiny white border that goes around because the Cricut cut just outside or too close to being exactly on that line of that circle there. It's going to do a tiny bit of ink bleed so that everything is edge to edge color. And it just makes it look a lot cleaner, professional, and just a much nicer result overall. So I almost always leave bleed on. I recommend it's auto turned on. Always it's auto turned on. So you really shouldn't have to ever do anything with that. Generally, you're always going to want to leave it on. Okay. Very, very rarely are there instances where you would turn this off. And I do not believe that's going to pertain to any of our workshops during the Craft Fest. But if it does, our speakers will note that for you so you don't feel lost, okay? So let me show you real quick. Hang on, my computer's being silly. Okay, so here's what that looks like. So the add bleed here, you can toggle on or toggle off. By default, it's toggled on, okay? So I recommend just leaving that on in most cases, unless our speakers say otherwise, okay? So I'm gonna click that box out there. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna go through the comments real quick. See if I missed any up at the top. Okay, when you upload your candy Santa's size for the ornament, how do you make sure it's correct size? Okay, so we have a question here about my specific candy holder, the Santa one. How do I know what size it is for the ornament? I'm going to cover all of that in the workshop next week. Ultimately, that extra circle you saw on my screen, it's a template guide to allow you to scale things properly. And I'm going to walk through all of that in detail in my workshops. So you'll know exactly what to do for your specific plastic ornament. I also came up with a little hack that I'll show you guys in the workshop where if you don't want to use plastic ornaments, you find them difficult to work with, you can use round dome parfait cups as well. And that is another option. And you can also buy those in bulk for a lot less. So if you're making a lot of these, you can actually use the dome parfait cup, and you can buy them where they don't have the hole in the middle. It's actually closed. So I go over all of those tips and tricks in my workshop next week. So we'll cover all of that in detail. Okie dokie. Will the classes be at a certain time? Yes, Christine. If you go to the schedule page, it's cricketcraftfest.com/schedule. You're going to see all of the workshops there, and it'll tell you what days and times that they go live. So you can plan out your week and make sure you can watch all the ones you want to watch. Okay. And if you haven't actually signed up for your free ticket yet, just sign up on the homepage, cricketcraftfest.com, and it'll also send you that information via email. So you can just pop into your email and get all of those links and info in one place as well. Okay. So you guys have other specific questions that are things that I can answer here, like in a, design space, or a specific question about the event, go ahead and ask me now. And I will cover what I can for about the next 15 minutes or so. And let me see, I'm gonna look at my notes and make sure I'm covering what I promised to cover. Okay, we talked about scaling, rotating, unlocking, uploading different file types. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. I'm just gonna look through the comments here and see what we've got.
Do you have a blog post for setting up your printer?
Oh, for setting up printers. Yes, I do have a post on, what printers I recommend. And then I also have a post on the whole print and cut process. So if you go to abbykirstencollections.com and then type in keyword print and cut, you should see one that pops up, and it's a sticker post. It goes over how to calibrate your machine for print and cut. I walk you through that step by step. And then it goes through a whole sticker tutorial. So if you want to get your feet wet in that and get all that prepped before next week, then that can be a helpful post. I'll have someone drop the link in the comments here in just a second. Okay. Husband says he's on it. I'm going to go back and see if I missed any comments here, you guys. Corey's saying, did I miss something about signing up for the giveaways? So if you need to catch up on what all the giveaways are, just make sure you go to cricketcraftfest.com/giveaways, and all of them are listed there for you. So you can make sure you don't miss out on any of the ones that you want to participate in. Okay. We have so many good ones. Our speakers are so generous, you guys. And do me a favor, if you can just take a second of your day, and if you could share this video. We're streaming on YouTube right now. So if you could just hit the share button and let people know about this event, just say, hey, this is an event happening next week. I would really appreciate it. Not only does it support my family, but it supports all of our incredible speakers. We have over 36 speakers at this event, 35, I don't remember, something like that, 36 speakers, I think. And they are all awesome individuals. They work very hard to provide this content for you guys. And this event is a lot to put on, and they work very hard to make it happen. So if you could just share a video, or just share cricketcraftfest.com link, send it to a friend, post it on social media, get the word out. We would all be very grateful, very grateful. Okay, let me go through the comments here again. Yes, Ruth, this video will be available later, so you can come back and rewind it and watch it at your own pace as you need to process the information. Search YouTube for details, tutorials for anything you should do. Okay. I'm trying to go back further to make sure I didn't miss, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here and see. Again, if you want to get that VIP access pass at its early bird price, please make sure you do that now, because the price is going to disappear on Sunday night. And it's the same content, but I want you to get it at the best price possible. So let me pull that up for you here again. Yeah, cricketcraftfest.com/VIP access early bird. That's going to be where you can get all of these workshops. You can start watching them right now. So we have people, we've sold thousands of these passes, and many folks have already made a bunch of these crafts. So if you go in like to the Facebook group and stuff, you'll see like people who've already made crafts from that and stuff. Super exciting to see it all come to life. But you can start accessing it like right now if you don't want to wait till Monday, and then get it at that early bird price. Okay, so. And then again, with the giveaways, guys, make sure you don't miss out on that, because there's some incredible giveaways happening, especially with the dream box that started this morning. They're giving away legit a dream box to one lucky person. So anyone in US, Canada, or UK can enter. So make sure you jump on that. Okay. All right. Let me go through the comments one more time. If you guys continue to have more questions and you're watching this on a replay, or I totally forgot something throughout my demonstration today, just leave a comment and ask me, or send us a message at hello@abbykirstingcollections.com. I'm happy to help you, happy to clarify anything you need clarified there. So just let us know, okay? You see any other questions over there maybe that have popped up? Glad to see so many people think the VIP pass is worth it. Yes, it's an awesome, it's an awesome pass to get. And you have lifetime access to it. So you can continue to enjoy the videos as long as you want. Thank you guys for sharing. I see a lot of you saying you're sharing. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you from me. Thank you from our speakers. We appreciate the share and spreading the word. All right. Can you walk through how to bring up the templates again? Is there a question? That was the one. Okay. So we have one here saying, can you walk through how to bring up the templates again? I'll show you real quick where you'll just go. But again, you can rewind this video once the replay goes up and you can watch it. So each day next week, you're going to receive up to 8 links a day via email from us, and you'll be able to click into each one of those workshops via those links in that email. It's going to give you a page that looks like this, specific to each workshop. Okay. And then when you scroll down, you're going to see a place to download the templates. And when you click on that, you're going to go to Google Drive, and then you're going to click on download to download it. Okay. I'm not going to walk any further than that, because we went through all that earlier in the live. And so when the replay goes up, you can just go back and follow along and rewind as much as you need to. But that's what you'll do for each and every day of the workshops. There's up to 8 workshops per day. So we have a lot. There's only 2 days where there's 7. The rest of the days are all 8 workshops. So there's lots to pick from. And all of that good stuff. Okay. Let me see. So I see the supply list, but not any templates. You won't see any templates until next week. So you have to be on the speaker page, which we do not send those links until next week. So I'm showing you a demo page here. You're not able to access this yet until the workshops go live. So once they go live, you will be able to see the supply list and the templates and the video and all of that good stuff. So that's coming next week, not right now. This is just a demonstration to help you guys see where we're going next week. All right, lots of you are sharing and saying thank you. You're welcome. I hope this helped you. Thank you to my husband and to my puppy dog over there. Say hi. He's the guy in the background.
Hi, everybody.
This is Liberty, in case you guys don't know. This is Liberty. She's about 4.5 months old, so she's a puppy, and she is full of energy. And if any of you have ever owned a French Bulldog, you know that they're like no personal space, and they snore and snort all of the time. And she's definitely a snorer, but we love her. All righty, guys. So if you have more questions, please let me know. Again, check out those giveaways. Get that VIP pass before Sunday night, so you do not have to pay the price increase. We want to save money around here. That's a good thing. Enter for the Dreambox giveaway. Creative Fabrica is having a Cricut Maker giveaway later today. I think it's Cricut Maker 3. They're doing a giveaway on that. There's a lot of other giveaways coming. They're really great prices, guys. So make sure you check out the giveaways page. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because, wait, hang on. We have lots more comments. All right, there we go. Okay. I'm busy reading all the comments. You guys are so sweet. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, if you have more questions, go ahead and
Well, somebody spoke the truth. They are also very gassy. Speaking of
Yes.
gassy,
Yes, French bulldogs are so gassy. Oh my gosh. Like, okay, I have 2 kids and they are only 14 months apart. So we had a very concentrated period of time where we were like knee deep in diapers for a couple of years. I would have taken that smell any day over what she can do after a meal. So yes, I totally understand that. Sounds like you guys have a lot of pets too. We're pet lovers, we're dog lovers. Yeah, we love all our pets for sure. Okay, guys, raised a hobby light this morning, supplies. Yeah, you guys look like you're all prepared. Okay, so I cannot wait for next week. It's going to be so exciting. Just a general reminder, if you have questions, hello@abbykirstencollections.com, and that will open a support ticket with us, and we will help you as soon as possible. As always, please be patient and kind. We have 4 people, including myself, who work customer service, but there is a lot of messages coming in, guys. So we will do everything we can to help you as fast as possible. We appreciate, just your patience and your kindness during that time. Is it Monday yet? Yeah, I know. Is it Monday yet? No, it can't be Monday yet. I have too much to clean up after Hurricane Ian before it can be Monday. But I'm super excited too. This is going to be awesome. And as a reminder, these events are going to be happening 2 times a year now going forward. Y'all have convinced me I wasn't going to run this event, but we had so many people request a holiday one after the one in February that I was like, okay, I have to do this because you all were so excited. So we're going to be running one in February. The next one's February 6th through the 10th. And then we're going to be running another one in October next year. So 2 times a year, you're going to come and get your fill of Cricut crafting, help that you need. And I really hope you guys continue to join us and enjoy this, and make sure you share this video. Okay, guys. Yay. So exciting. Bye-bye, Liberty. Bye-bye, guys. All right. Thank you for joining us today. Bye for now.